Frank and the Unseen Carrots. Frank the bunny goes to school every day. Do you go to school every day? Yes, sometimes bunnies go to school. What do you think Frank the bunny learns in school? Bunnies learn things like how to spot their food, like carrots, radishes, and celery. One day, Frank's mom was about to make her extra special bunny family stew. She needed radishes, celery, and carrots. She sent Frank and his brother and sister out to find all the food they would need for their special family stew. Frank and his brother and sister decided they were going to split up. One of them was going to go get radishes, another was going to get celery, Frank was going to get carrots. They decided they would meet back in a little while right in that exact spot, and they all hopped off. Frank looked and then looked some more, but he couldn't find any carrots. When he met back up with his brother and sister, they had armloads of radishes and celery. They said, "Frank, why don't you have any carrots?" "I couldn't find any," Frank cried. "Mrs. Owl taught us how to find radishes, celery, and carrots," they exclaimed. "I know, but Mrs. Owl is so boring sometimes. And, trying to look at pictures of carrots just isn't the same because I can't eat the pictures. Playing with plastic lettuce and radishes just isn't the same because plastic doesn't taste very good. So, I might lose focus a little bit in class," Frank explained. His brother and sister were astounded. They asked, "So you don't know what a carrot looks like?" "Of course I do," Frank shouted. They said, "Well, go out and try to find some more. We're going to count what we have. You go out and try your best to find the carrots we need." Frank would try. He looked, and when he came back, he still didn't have any carrots. Maybe he couldn't remember what they looked like after all. When they met up again, his brother and sister noticed he still had no carrots. "Why don't you have any carrots? Were you trying your best?" "Of course I'm trying my best," Frank cried again. Thankfully, his brother and sister had made a plan. "Okay, we'll go out and help you, but we're going to make a game of it, and you're going to do the work. We're going to see who can find the most carrots, but we're going to help you learn how to spot radishes, celery, and carrots at the same time while we play our game." Frank was unsure about all this, but they reassured him that it would be fun and not at all like learning in school. They went out and made a game that was like the game I Spy. They gathered all the carrots that they could find. By the time they were done, they had laughed and played so much that they were starving and their tummies were rumbling something fierce. They took all the radishes, celery, and carrots that they'd found back. Mama Bunny was so happy because she could make 3 times as much of the bunny family stew as she would normally make. They did such a good job of gathering all the ingredients because they were trying their best and making sure they had fun while they were doing it. The end. What did you learn from this story about discipline and always doing your best? It is always important to do our best, even if the things that seem boring are not interesting right now. Then try your best to understand and practice the things that are going to help us grow. Be the best teammate you can be. Be the best at being you.